All right, so let's talk a little bit about leveraging the video recording. So anything that you are teaching, I highly recommend recording. Firstly, you can turn the video into clips. So this is, I'm gonna just put in my book over here, leveraging the recording. You can turn it into video clips. You can repurpose the repurpose the video. So if you're teaching content, I like to say repurpose the video to teach. If you're teaching content, I like to say only teach it once. Record yourself teaching it, only teach it once, and then you can, if you're doing it again, let people watch it on their own and then review the content and give them more experiential hands-on learning. A few other little tricks of the trade just to throw them out there. If you upload to YouTube your recording and you make it a private video, meaning you don't have to make it private, but let's say you just wanted it to be private because you don't want other people to see it, you can actually use the, YouTube has a transcription. You can get a transcription from your video because YouTube has this thing where it can choose like auto create subtitles for you. So YouTube will create subtitles for you, and they're not like spot on perfect, but they're actually not so bad, which you can actually get, enables you to get a free transcription of the recording. And so this can be like a nice way, if you have the recording, you can also have a little transcript of it. So you can like go back and like take stuff that you said and repurpose it. Then you can repurpose the transcription for so many things, for a blog post, for an article, write a book, all sorts of other things. So just a little trick of the trade there. YouTube can do it for free. Obviously there are unlisted or private or whatever the version is. Obviously you can pay transcription services that will actually give you really good transcriptions of things. I love that Feliciana is just having a field day with all her backgrounds. She's like, look, I put myself into a clamshell. Is that what you just put yourself into? She's finding all sorts of images that she has on her computer to make her background for where she is.
Favorite photos.
Yeah, she's going through favorite photos and she's like, I can put myself in Alaska. But yes, it is a lot of fun to do that. Ooh, Zoom is connected to Otter. I don't know what that is, Stacy, but for transcription, that sounds great. Can you record directly to YouTube? Is there a charge or is this a free service? I think YouTube, you can do a YouTube live and record. I'm not so savvy on that, but you can't do from Zoom automatically uploaded to YouTube. You may be able to do something with a Zapier, like you can put a zap that the recording from Zoom might automatically go into a Dropbox folder and maybe it goes automatically somewhere, but I'm not sure. You'd have to look into that. Nicole asked, how do we access the green screen again? She's just not seeing this. Under Zoom, click on preference, go up to the upper left-hand corner, look for your preferences, and you'll see that there.
Or live right now under participants, you click participant and it checks virtual background.
Oh, it does. Okay, cool. So under participants, say that one more time, Feliciana, who's now an expert of changing her background.
Oh, wait. It's not participant. I'm under more.
Click under more. Yeah.
And then there's chat, meeting setting, virtual background, and you click virtual background.
Perfect. Thank you. Excuse me. Let me go back. So you video here, yep, you video either a live class or again, if you're not Yvonne, who's a videographer who's probably using all sorts of fancy video equipment and fancy editing equipment, you could just have a meeting with just you, yourself, and you, just one person, and you sharing the screen and get a recording of your class, and then you could upload it to YouTube. So you can repurpose your transcriptions. You can also leverage pre-recorded content. So people were, this is where people were asking me questions around course platforms. online course platforms. So I have a couple of thoughts to share with people when people ask me about online course platforms. There's let me write it out this way. So I'm going to just give you thoughts on what is the simplest, basic type of a class that you can facilitate. Because what is an online course really about? It's about sharing information. So the easiest way to do it would be like an email drip, email drip content. So let's say we've got, I'm trying to pick on one person. Let's say Yancy, who I see on my screen. Let's say Yancy wants to buy a course for me. I'm just getting started. I've got a very low budget, but I've got wisdom I want to share. Let's say I've got this like new, I've got this full proof 30-day manifestation visualization money abundance meditation that I want to share with people, and I want to sell it. So the easiest way, simplest way is, let's say I've got 30 days of meditations. I would create 30 individual videos. Let's say I want them to drip to him at on a weekly basis. Like I want him to get one a day for the next 30 days. I would just use an email drip or use any type of email automation. This is MailChimp. This is, you can even pre-program, you know, Google or like others. I can say to him, pay me 20 bucks and I will send you an email every day. And here he is, he's participating in a course of mine, because it's just an email drip where you can set a person up where you pre-program what the emails are going to be, or you just actually hit send on the emails yourself. That's like the simplest, you know, the simplest type of class you can create. It's just like email drip content. Then you can start getting fancier. You can create, you can use different online programs that are all about enabling you to create your own courses. Now, the advantage of some of these in online programs, one second, I just need to put a browser over here. Different online course platforms is that they've already done the work for you, but you have to pay a fee for that. So there's going to be things like Kajabi, Ruzuku. I was a big fan of something called Pathwrite. I'm not, because now I do a fancier version, which I'll show you guys in a second, but I used Pathwrite for many years and I very much liked them as an online course platform. But there's many on there now. There's Udemy, there's Teachable, and these some of the things that you can get, some of the benefits of online course platforms like Pathwrite is, for some of them, is actually more valuable is being listed on their website as a course offering. So if you're trying to like scale and create a business out of your courses, this might be of interest to you, and that's might be why you might choose a company like Udemy or others, or is that they can help you create the courses, then they can help you sell the courses, and sometimes it can be nice to be listed. I don't know how many people are looking for courses, but to be listed on their platforms. What I would, and then again, you can continue to get fancier from there. When you start getting fancier from there and you want to start customizing things, then what you're looking at is building your own membership platform. And a membership platform I use for my company, I use something called Access Ally. And then I use something else that I'm not going to get into now, but I'm a big fan of Access Ally. And if you go on our Flourishing Center website, hold on just one second. It's going to take me a second to pull this up. If you go on our Flourishing Center website, you'll see that we have a combination of self-study courses as well as programs that are available to the number of self-study programs, and then hybrid training certification programs. So for example, under programs, we have our Bounce Back Better courses, which is our resilience courses, and there's 16 courses here that are self-study. So, and we have free introductory courses that people can take. The way that these are organized is people get a login and a log out. So this is what we mean when we say a membership platform. So they're able to log on to my website, have their own dashboard. And so for example, here, I get to see these things because I'm logged in as a member, and then I can take any one of my resilience courses, or you can see the resilience courses, and I have it woven in as actual courses that people can take, and they can click start course. And here they're able to check off like ones when they've, like I can embed videos, I can go to the next lesson, I can see who's at what place, I can give people exercises to do. And this is really funny looks on my face that we should probably change as to what the background video is, but I use a combination of people watching lectures. This is self-paced, so people can do these courses entirely on their own, or I do a hybrid where people will watch the course side of things on their own, and we still have a live component where they come in and we meet and we discuss it. So something like this is operated by Access Ally. And again, this is where you're getting more customized. It's going to cost you more money, a lot more investment, but it is a nice thing that you can start to do when you have the resources to kind of consider not just using a platform of someone else's courses, but actually having more of your offerings available behind something that's a membership platform where people get their own account, and usually we're using WordPress for it. Yes, and so Kathy said, be careful, sometimes some of the course platforms will take a large chunk of your course fee. So usually you're either paying a lot of money upfront to be a member, and then you're able to charge whatever you want, or they're going to say, don't worry, we won't charge you anything, but we'll take, like, you know, 30% of your class or 15% of your class, which if they're going to get you an audience for your classes is great, but it's not as ideal, of course. Thank you. So Sarah asked, what do I mean about using WordPress for Access Ally? Yeah, so Access Ally is a plugin that's used for, so it's part of my WordPress of how my website is created. So I have my regular WordPress where I have my website, and then Access Ally is an additional software that I use that enables me to create these, like for example, our free quiz, which is our change agent quiz. This is WordPress, but then the actual assessment and stuff like that is using Access Ally, where I can do quizzes and I can create a dashboard for people where people have their listings, for example. So this is just more fancier things. If you're interested, I would just recommend looking on the web for Access Ally, like accessing and seeing our graduates and all of that. These are all features that we use through Access Ally. There are others. There's Memberium. I personally just couldn't figure Memberium out. I'm an Access Ally fan just because of that. And again, I don't have any financial ties to any of these companies. It's just sharing with you guys what I do and what works for me, and what we're using. So that's all that's all hosted out of my website. For our CAP graduates and our CAP students, I use an additional course platform that's a little bit different, where we have their courses, because we focus so much on connecting our students, is a course platform that I've built that is hold on one second. That is a course platform I built that enables them to connect. Hold on just one second. Um, and that is something that enables them to socialize together. But for the most part, most of them are on there. Priscilla asked, in the video I just showed, I'm on the side of a screen next to me, and so what platform did I use for creating my self-paced courses? That's a great question, Priscilla. So Priscilla is referring to inside of the dashboard, the course. So I will tell you guys, I have spent hundreds of hours talking into a screen and talking into a camera. So our certification in positive psychology program is made up of 114 modules. 76 of those modules have pre-recorded videos, each of which is about an hour, and an hour worth of like 5, 6, 8-minute videos. So this is just many, many, many years in the making of recording these videos. And when I used to first do it, so right now what you're seeing here is me with a green screen behind me of video. So I actually, I've got a professional, these were recorded in my apartment, but with a green screen behind me, professional quality lighting, a videographer, and professional audio. And then my videographer cuts me out of the green screen and actually matched my PowerPoint slides to my video in order to make these videos. When I first was getting started though, I used Camtasia by myself to edit to create my own videos and put my just picture in a box, and I had a shoji screen up behind me or a green screen behind me, and I did my own editing. And then over the years, as I was able to grow my business, I was able to hire professionals to help me be able to do this. So this was recorded with a green screen behind me, and then with all these. I have to have my intern go in and change the expression on my face because I thought we did that for all of these, and apparently that is not the case. Jesus, these are terrible. We have to go in and fix these. So that's how these courses are set up, and that's how I did the recording. But again, start with where you're at. I find that too many people, when they're trying to build courses that they're trying to sell, spend so much time creating the courses that they very rarely make the money back. Start small, start just you teaching. You can even repurpose like live video that you did have, and then from that, being able to get fancier as you go on. So Catherine, you said, Catherine Cantor, are you referring to my courses in there? Is that what you were referring to? Oh, okay, got it. Um, okay. So those are just some thoughts on online course platforms. And it can, so anywhere from like the simplest thing you could do, which is just you send out emails where on day one they get this email with this YouTube link, and with YouTube, Vimeo, or with Dropbox, you can make things unlisted so that you're only able to access it from a specific web page. It doesn't stop people entirely from being able to share things. It's one of the things that you will have to face with online stuff, but it does limit it quite a bit if it's not just shared, like that you can't just find it on Vimeo or YouTube. Let me just see if there's any other top of mind questions around that and how to create those classes. All right. So the last little bit, I'm going to give you guys just ideas, and then I realize, whew, I am fading. Okay, so, oh wait, really quick. I do use videos on Zoom and then edit from there. Sarah said, can you use videos on Zoom and then edit from there? Yep, you can download your recording from Zoom, either local or on the cloud, and then you can edit it from there. And I use Camtasia. Let me put that into the notes over here. Editing, video editing. I use Camtasia. There's lots of different video editing softwares out there. I use it for editing both video and audio. And it just seems to be the most intuitive for me, and it's relatively inexpensive. There's probably free online things that you can use that are also fancier, but I feel like Camtasia does the spot. You can also, if you don't want to use Zoom to record, you can also use Loom. So other recording things that other screen share recording things that you could do. So if you just wanted to just do screen share recording that's free, there's something called Loom, and that one's usually a good one to use as well, that I usually have when I'm doing like just quick little recordings. Yeah, Hillary likes iMovie. I found that iMovie was a little bit more complicated, even though I'm pretty tech savvy, but I've used iMovie a bit too. Screencast-O-Matic is great for screen capture and voiceovers. Awesome, friends. Cool. All right, let's talk about creating connection.